Here we have a pre-owned 2017 Toyota 4Runner. This one comes in the limited trim level in Blizzard Pearl, and then we have sand beige leather interior. For the powertrain, we get a 4-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine that's made it to a 5-speed automatic transmission. And this particular model just has a little over 89,000 miles, so we're gonna see how it's held up. To the front end here, halogen headlamps, halogen fog lights. A bit of damage on the front end here. And just a few scuffs throughout. Down to the wheels, these are gonna be 20-inch alloy. We get passive keyless entry on the front 2 doors. And then one-touch up and down windows, all 4 doors, power door locks, rear window locks. Memory seat controls, power mirrors. And then we have the windshield de-icer there, parking sensors, hood release. And then we do have a foot pedal parking brake, so we just press that on and then press it again to turn it off. And there's a release for our tilt telescoping steering wheel. And here's our power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. So with this kind of mileage, just a little bit of wear showing on the leather itself. But a big shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this 4Runner today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But sitting behind myself, being 6'3" with longer legs, not bad room back here. Can't really slide the seat any further back, but not bad. Seat back pockets are on both sides, rear AC vents, and we have 2 12 volts back here. There's a view of the front from back here. And then our middle seat folds down, bottle holders are there. And just an interesting kind of headliner here, just how it's shaped. But grab handle here, and then we can hang a shirt hanger there. What I do like is in the back here, we get these bigger ones they seem a bit sturdier, so I like how they did that there. Let's go ahead and make our way further towards the back. Gas cap there, roof rack, or the cross rails are there at least for you to add one. And there's the back end, tow hitch, spare underneath, exhaust. Let's go ahead and open the tailgate here, or the lift gate, excuse me. So this one doesn't have the 3rd row, but you do get that 120 volt 3-prong plug-in, 120 volt 12 volt back there, excuse me, to go with the ones up front. So plenty of 12 volt power. And then you do get the JBL sound system, and the subwoofer's integrated back here. And then you can click this here, unlock, or lock there. And then click this button here if you want to fold down this. But what you want to do is pull this up first and then click that there. And when the headrest is out of the way, that'll fold right into the floor there. It's hard to do with one hand, but I'm gonna fold that if I can get it down in there. So what's interesting about this is it takes quite a lot of work to do that, but once it's in there, it's good. But you got to make sure the headrest is right and fold it in, and the seat's heavy to get back into place, but not a big turn off there. Once you get used to it, it's nothing, but it does require a bit more effort than most flat folding second rows do. But here's our power front passenger seat, lockable glove compartment there. Coming back around to the front, quick look in the engine bay. Again, a 4-liter V6. Please excuse the wind noise. Let's hop in here. So here's a quick look at the steering wheel, leather wrapped. There's a horn sound there. Over here to the actual radio screen, hazards are there. We have the clock there. And then if you go into the apps, you can go ahead and pull up your navigation system there. Type of destination or set a preset. And for audio, we do get AM, FM, XM. We have a CD drive, Bluetooth audio, aux. Backup cameras there. And then volume can be controlled there. You can turn the audio off by clicking the button, then you have a tune knob here. Now down here we have our dual zone automatic climate control, so we can adjust fan speed here, temperature there, and then you can cut the whole system off. 3-stage heated cooled front seats. Knobs are down there. The aux and USB-A port are right there, and then you have a 12-volt here as well. Then bottle holder. For the shifter, just hit the brake, pull, reverse, neutral drive, and then you can shift manually here. And it'll show you what gear you're in, that middle part of the gauge cluster up top. And then here, click this, and that's how you can roll down that back window. Sunroof controls. The one-touch slide, or you can tilt that there, and all the buttons are right here, as well as the garage door transmitter, sunglasses holder, and then your traction control toggles right there as well. So hit it twice to get it all the way back there, and then you can one-touch close it. Vanity mirrors there. I like how the light goes with it, whether you open or shut that mirror. But back to the steering wheel behind, left stalk, blinkers, fog lights, low beams, auto, all of that. And you can turn the high beams on or flash them there. And then we have the intermittent wipers here. So that's high, low, intermittent off one time. And then you can control the intermittent frequency there. And then you have a rear wiper as well, intermittent on, and pull there for the rear wiper fluid. And then you can just pull up here for the front wiper fluid. Now you can use these 4 arrows here to go through presets. So you can actually go through presets here, and then you can go through manually, kind of like a tune knob there. And I like how they did that. In most radios, you don't have that option. You can hit this mode button to go through the audio sources, and volume can be adjusted there. Hit this display button, and you can go through this middle part of the gauge cluster here, all of your options. And then Bluetooth controls, voice recognition. Your cruise is right here. You can turn that on there, set your speed, cancel. And then you can hit this knob here to go through your trip meter. Push button start. Here's the key fob. And next, we're gonna go ahead and take this 89,000 mile 2017 Toyota 4Runner out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this 2017 4Runner Limited, this does have the trusty 4-liter V6 with a 5-speed automatic. So these have a reputation of going several 100,000 miles with little issue, specifically from the engine and transmission. So with this one just having 89,000 miles, still has a lot of life left in it, I would think. But everything sounds pretty good just in terms of the creaks, weird sounds coming from the engine, transmission. Everything is driving like a new one. So that's one impressive thing about a 90,000 mile 4Runner as opposed to a new one. This one in particular just has no issues, at least that I can see. But we're gonna put our foot to the floor. No one's behind me, but here we go. So with this higher displacement V6, it's certainly very quick for an SUV of this caliber. And the pulls are almost exhilarating, let me put it that way. You definitely feel the vehicle pull you because it is quick. It's not fast, but getting up to speed is nothing for this because you have the 5-speed automatic, so gear ratio is a bit different than these 8-speed, 10-speed automatic transmissions, and then you have to find the gear you want to be in and whatnot. And a lot of shift points kind of mess with your acceleration, but here, not really a big deal. And with these 20-inch wheels, just a nice hum coming from the tires in terms of road noise, not loud. I can just hear it listening for them. And I might have to do a tire wear, who knows. Road noise is a bit prevalent, especially with it being windier out here. But when you have a roof shaped like this one, especially with cross rails, and if you add a roof rack, you're gonna have wind noise. And then just having the sunroof as well. But for the most part, it's pretty impressive just as an overall package, in my opinion. Now, this particular vehicle does have 89,300 to probably 353 miles by the time I'm done driving it. So not a bad mileage, in my opinion. Again, especially since these are known to go to 300, 400,000 miles. But what's great is for that, you can probably get this one for 30, 32 grand, I would think. And getting a new one of the same dimensions in terms of the trim level, just everything that you get in terms of options, that'll be around 56, 57 grand. I think the only thing you're gonna be missing is gonna be Toyota's safety sense. So you don't have the blind spot monitors here, you don't have adaptive cruise control, but most 4Runner drivers, they like using these to beat around town and then have a little fun with them, tow, haul in the back, have their dog back there. So for that, if you don't care about the safety options, everything else is pretty much the same. We have that trusty 5-speed, that trusty 4-liter V6, so pay half the price and get something with some miles on it. Especially since these hold their value relatively well. You might be in better shape as opposed to buying a new one. But all in all, what impresses me about this 4Runner in particular is the fact that it feels like driving a 23 4Runner. Just inside and out. And especially with 90,000 miles, again, just having the powertrain feel like a new 4Runner is a big plus. And not feeling anything weird through the steering wheel, the brakes still feel good. So mechanically, I'd take this just like I would a brand new 4Runner. But I think if you are on the market for something like this, you want to tow maybe a few thousand pounds or hit your kayaks up in the back, add a roof rack, just make this a fun vehicle and then something you can still commute in, definitely a good option. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2017 Toyota 4Runner in the limited trim level.